We are live yet again. I don't know why I keep saying that.
Oh, I love it. It's
Oh, welcome back to Honestea Talks. I'm Ranjita, aka Ronnie.
And I am Ashley Peña, aka Peña Pequeña.
Woo-hoo. It's funny, you know what I picked up on after last week is I would mimic you in a certain way. Like if you did a little this, I saw when I rewatched it, I saw myself do that too when I would respond.
That's so funny. That's so awesome. Oh my God.
Okay, so everyone watching today, Ashley and I decided we're gonna do a little get to know each other session. I need to stop saying but
It's okay.
Not just for us because we know each other. We're constantly learning each other and knowing each other because we're constantly evolving. But we want you guys, the viewers, to also get to know us in a more personal way. The little things, right? Because I feel like the little things are the most important things.
Definitely.
So we're gonna have like a little conversation with questions and opinions.
Yes. And just so you guys know, we don't know what questions each other has. So I picked out questions for Ronnie and she picked out questions for me. And I don't know what they are, and she has no idea what they are either.
Yes, but we both have to answer the question.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, exactly.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So regardless of who asks, we both have to answer.
So cool. I love it.
So I'm like,
I'm so excited.
Hey. Do you want to go? I think you should go first.
Me? Okay, I'm done with that. I have so many questions that I'm like, wait, but you want me to go first, like asking you or answering?
Yes. Asking your question, yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, so let me see which one I want to do. I have so many questions.
I know, I'm like, which one?
Okay, let me do this one because I think this one's really cool. Okay, what was the best trip or vacation you've ever had? And why was it the best vacation and trip you've ever had?
Ooh. Girl, that's a hard one.
I know.
Because I love to travel and I've been...
You've gone to so many cool places. So I thought this would be a really cool question. It doesn't have to be like this, you know, obviously every trip you've been on has been special in its own way, but which was like one that left such an imprint in your life that you were like, I couldn't have lived without this trip, and it was my favorite, and I would do it again right now. Yeah.
Okay. The first one that came to mind was China.
Okay.
However, recently was Sedona. And that was like mind-blowing. But China, for the reason that it was the first time in my life that I felt like a foreigner.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, like I've gone to Canada, I've lived in Aruba and obviously many places in America. Mm-hmm. But that was my first adult trip out of the country. So there was that. And then also it was a country where it was, like the first time I ever felt like a foreigner.
For sure.
I stood out like a sore thumb there.
For sure. Absolutely. Yeah, that's huge. That's a very impactful experience, I'm sure. I mean, as far as like language and everything goes, it's like a huge shift. So I was like, I wonder what she was going to answer. And I'm like, she's gone to so many different places, you know, and has experienced so much. But China, for sure, I was like, I would pick China. I didn't even go.
That one was like, and I'm also very thankful that I had that opportunity. Like,
what? Oh my gosh, I remember that.
Yeah,
that's so crazy.
Oh, what about you?
Mine. So I've also had a lot of very impactful trips, like a lot of very powerful experiences. Like everything for me is so deep. So it's hard for me.
We are not surface level.
No. I'm like, everything is, I mean, I can go to Orlando and it'd be like a super amazing, you know, trip for me. Like Disney World is like magic to me. So, but I think for me, I have the most for me, I think, as far as like me realizing that life was like just magical and that I could really choose what I wanted, and like I started learning about like how powerful intention was, and how when you go into a trip with like a positive intention and just with a specific intention of like, this trip is about me having fun, or this trip is about me, you know, meeting incredible people. I feel like the trip that did that for me was one of the first cruises that I went on, where I met my last roommates, like the ones that I met that lived in California. Like that was a trip that was really bizarre and crazy for me because I hadn't realized like how exciting life could be, I think, until that trip. That trip was very, very, and it took us to Tortilla. It took us to Mexico, I think, and some other place. Like, you know, cruises take you everywhere, but that trip, the whole experience, who I met and everything was very, very powerful for me. Yeah.
Okay, so I
Your
think
turn.
I'm gonna piggyback on this trip question
Okay.
because you've traveled across the country 3 times.
Yes.
Did you take 3 different routes or?
I did.
Okay.
Slightly different.
So of your travels, because I've at least done 2/3 of the country. I haven't done the whole country.
Okay.
Which or what one thing stood out the most to you in driving across country?
Okay, what do you mean by thing?
Anything. Like if there was something that was like, whoa, this is so cool, or oh my God, like one of those, because I know I have one of those moments.
Okay.
But what was one of your like whoa moments?
Wow, this is a hard
that part of the country.
Also, like in a part. So this is so hard. So much. When you drive, when you drive, I mean, even half. Like, let's say I didn't do the full drive, but only halfway. Like, it's so overwhelming. Like, it's so overwhelming. If you've done it and you're really like present, it's really an overwhelming experience in a very good way because you're just seeing totally new things, especially if you've only lived in one state, right? Because now you're driving through states that look totally different. So there's a lot for me, but I would say that the most like breathtaking was just driving. When we were driving in Arizona, right? We stayed in Flagstaff and then we went to see the Grand Canyon.
Okay.
Right? And the drive to the Grand Canyon, I'm not sure if you've done it before. I don't think so, right? Oh my goodness. So it's literally just like green, trees. So you're like, this place doesn't exist.
Is this coming from Florida or going back that way?
From Florida.
Okay,
from Florida. So we came this way and then we stayed in Flagstaff and then I think you have to drive up, I think.
Okay, yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And then literally you're just in mountains, going up mountains with a whole bunch of lush green, like Christmas trees almost, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking in my mind, the drive there, I'm like, how does this even exist? You know, like I've never even seen a canyon before in my life. So I was like not even comprehending how you could be driving around like in mountains with greenery and then see like red rock, you know, like that didn't exist in my brain. Yeah. So I'm like driving, like maybe we're going the wrong way. Like in my mind, I'm like, this can't be, you know, like it can't be that I'm going to see the Grand Canyon, you know, or like, when is it going to show up?
Yeah.
When we pulled up to this place, I couldn't speak. Like I was at a total loss for words. Yeah. Because it's just like, you're seeing all this greenery and these trees. And then all you see is like massive red, orange rock. And it changed my life. Like I can't even describe it.
I can't even imagine.
The most incredible thing. I can't believe that exists in Earth.
That's a bucket list thing for me still.
You'll love it. You'd I mean, I know you obviously that you're so appreciative of nature and everything. You would be like, holy freaking it's incredible. What about you? Okay,
so for me, the one time that I have driven any part of the country is when I was going to Chicago. So I'd never gone past Reno, Nevada on Highway 80.
Got it. Okay.
So me and Dad were in the rental truck and we get through Nevada. And you're kind of going up a mountain.
Yes.
And at the top of the mountain, you look down and all you see is just white into Utah. And I was like, what is that? It's August. We did this in August, by the way. So we're like looking at each other and we're like, is that snow? And he's like, but it's August. And we're like, oh my God, it's salt. It was salt bed.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And it's like, so like you're climbing up to the border of Nevada and Utah. And then you get to the top and you look down as you're coming down the hill into Utah and it's just salt beds.
Oh my
Yeah, and then
gosh.
the trippy part was like driving near Salt Lake and
Hmm.
it smells like the ocean because
No
it's salt water.
way. That's so
Yeah.
crazy.
So
That's a
that
mind
was
fuck too.
yeah, exactly. So that driving 2/3 of the country, that was my like whoa moment. Like holy shit, like and really makes you wonder like if this was in the ocean before. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
did this
yeah.
like did we rise up from the ocean or did just the water dehydrate from there but leave this lake? Like,
Exactly.
it's such a
Wow.
trip.
That's so I've never seen those. I've always heard of them, and I hear
Oh,
that
it's so
response from everyone that has seen it.
yeah, it's
That's
like,
so
is that
cool.
snow? No, it's August. Why would there be snow in August?
It's crazy that it looks like snow though.
Oh
That's
yeah,
insane.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
That's so
And it
amazing.
smells like the ocean driving back. Like it's so
Oh my
trippy.
gosh. That's incredible. I mean, literally this earth, I feel like that's why it's so important to just even if you're not going to move somewhere, just take a road trip. Like
Yes. There's
there's
so much
so
to see.
much. Oh
Yeah.
my god. Here, you don't even have to like
No, exactly.
no, you don't have to fly anywhere. You don't have to travel like outside. You could really just
No.
drive. I feel like driving is cool too because you're seeing this change
Yeah.
in each state, right? Like when you
Yes.
drive through Florida, you're just like water, 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 water. It's flat, like land and water. And then you start seeing mountains. Then, like as you drive through Texas, or even like you were saying, you're driving and then all of a sudden you see salt
Well,
beds,
even
that's
what you just
crazy.
said, each state even has something different. Like
Absolutely.
when I went to Sedona, the bottom part through Phoenix is all desert. And you went
Yes.
through the top part of Arizona and it's mountainous going to the Grand Canyon, so it's like
It's
just
amazing.
one state itself has like two different things,
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely. And every section, I mean, even California, hello, like
Yeah.
California in one section is desert,
Oh,
in
yeah.
another it's waterfalls. Like you have everything in
Yep.
Florida too, even though Florida's flat. When you drive more up north, there's a lot of springs. Right here in South
Mm,
Florida, we don't really have springs. We have the beaches, but
yeah.
there's a lot of hot springs in like northern
Oh, wow.
Florida. I was gonna say California, in Florida. So there's like a lot within a state in itself. Like if you really want to explore new things, look around you. Like there's so
Yeah.
much.
Just
There's
start
so
in
much.
I mean, you could even start in your own city. It
For
doesn't even
sure.
like there's so
Yes.
much nature and beautifulness out there. If that's even a word.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Beautifulness.
it is now.
Yeah. Is it my turn to ask?
No, it's my that was your question.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah,
So your
yeah.
turn.
Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Okay.
I'm
Let me
like,
see.
what question is she gonna
I have so many. I have so many good ones that I'm like, which one do I want to ask next? Okay, this is a pretty deep one too. What's the greatest lesson you've learned so far in your life? Like, what is, obviously, we've
Oh,
learned tons of lessons, but what is your, like, most important lesson, you would say?
oh man. Probably especially this year, but it can
Hmm.
pertain to like your whole lifespan.
Yeah.
It's to just trust that everything's happening exactly as it should in your life. And you just have
Mm.
to muster up the courage to get through it.
Oh, I love that. Give me chills. It's beautiful.
Yeah, that's probably up to this
Powerful.
point, that would be it. Like if I had to give my not older, younger self
Younger
advice,
self.
I could give my older self advice right now too.
Two. Yeah, absolutely.
Just 5 years later.
Definitely. You never know.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
But yeah, it would be, just trust. Everything you're going through is for a reason.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's really, really powerful. Especially like you said, I think with this year, I think that's something that a lot of people probably need to hear.
Yeah.
That's a huge lesson. And one that serves you always, right?
Oh
Because
yeah. Oh, for sure.
you could know a lesson and then still need to be reminded. So I think
Exactly.
that's very
Exactly.
powerful.
Chills. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I love that.
What about you?
Hmm. I when I wrote this question, I didn't think about the answers.
I
So
know
this
as
is
I wrote one
good.
of mine, I was like, oh God, I'm gonna have to answer that too. But it'll
That's
make it
so
fun.
funny. Yes, exactly. I would say the greatest lesson I've learned is to not strive for like perfection or for this like even illusion of what you think you should be, but to just like really be present and focus on where you're at right now.
Yeah.
Because it's so important. Like where you're at is essential. It's an essential ingredient and component for who you might be tomorrow, because you might not even wake up tomorrow. So
very much so.
Yeah, it's been really important for me to like constantly remind myself that like everything I've done has led me to being here right now, and this is all that matters.
Yes. I think that's such a powerful moment in one's journey, in realizing that everything has led to this moment.
Yes, exactly.
You wouldn't be this version of you had you not gone through everything that led up to this point.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah. And think about how many times when we have been where we were, right? That we wanted to resist it, right? Like, oh, this is uncomfortable. I don't want to be here. But you wouldn't be here if not for being there. So the same rule applies for where you're at right now. If right now you're uncomfortable or whatever you may be feeling, you can't want to rush out of where you're at to be something different or be someone different or somewhere different, because this you has to exist.
Exactly.
You know? Just like your other yous had to exist in order for you to be here. So it's very, very important.
Yeah. Huge. All right,
Your
my turn.
Yep.
All right, we'll make it fun and easy now. This is a yay or nay. Okay.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah. Hallmark movies, yay or nay?
Hell yay! So let me talk about that though real quick.
I knew you were gonna say yes, but I didn't know it would be like in that manner.
It's so funny. I'm cracking up for a few. So obviously I have not seen every single Hallmark movie. And like I know that they're so corny. Like I know that they're so like ridiculous.
They hit you in the feels though.
They're so cute. They're so cute and magical. It's like a Hallmark movie, you know? Like it's one of those things that you're like, I just want to watch this to feel the magic of Christmas, or like I want to watch this to feel the magic of life, you know? Even if it's like, oh my God, that would never happen.
Yeah.
It's fun. I don't know. I love yay, yes. You?
Yes. Yay for holidays.
Exactly.
It's not like a year-round thing, but like
No.
Was Good Witch a Hallmark show?
Which one is Good Witch?
It's such a good. You have to watch it on Netflix. I'm pretty sure
you talked to me about this, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a Hallmark show. Sure. But it's on Netflix and it's called Good Witch, and it's cheesy, but it's magical. Yes. And it's a series, so it's like cute.
I love that. You see, we need that magic.
We do. Yes. It reminds us of the good in the world and that it still exists.
Yes, and honestly, like I think sometimes we lose that because we get so stuck on like, oh man, reality and what really is, you know, like obviously we know reality, we know not to have these like unrealistic expectations, but it's still important to know that magic does exist, like beautiful magical moments, they exist. So when you watch them, you're like, oh my God,
it's lighthearted and fun.
Exactly. I love it.
And you get to laugh because you know how cheesy it is. So like you're like, oh my God, that's so cheesy. And you're laughing. So it's like, it's a good mood setter.
For sure. I agree 100%. Do I watch them all the time? No. But do I need them sometimes?
Yeah, yes. Totally. Yes.
For sure. That was a great question. I was not expecting that. Especially it's the
season just wait till what else I got.
Oh. I love this. I love it. Let me see. Okay. If you could live in a certain era that you didn't live through, which era would it be and why?
Okay, first I feel like I've lived through so many different eras, like meditating and just because I feel like such an old soul.
Same, yeah.
If I had to pick, and I think I would pick the 20s, like the Roaring 20s, like Prohibition. Like I want to be like, not really a flapper, but I want to be in those like underground speakeasy type, like let's see what I can get away with. Yeah. Because I feel like that's what life is right now.
For sure.
You know, that's like the fact that like workouts have to be in a speakeasy type way, like you know? So
Yeah, I could see
I
that.
just, I would pick my choice right now would be the Roaring 20s.
Cool. I love
Yeah.
that. I love that.
You?
For me, it's so hard because I love so many. I'm also like, I travel all the time and I'm like, I could totally see myself where I've lived that. You know, like I definitely
Yeah.
feel like I've
Yeah.
lived it. But first, I want to always say the 70s because I totally feel like I belong in the 70s. But it would have to be in the era where Frank Sinatra was like popping because I would love,
yes.
oh my God, it would make my entire existence to be able to see him perform. Him and all of the other incredible, musicians that were really
I need
like
you
that.
to educate me a little bit. What do you know what time span he was in?
So the like
Because I
50s,
don't.
60s.
Okay,
50s,
okay.
60s, yeah. Like
Okay.
all of, for me, especially because he also performed like after that, but I
Uh-huh.
would like to see him and like
In his
Nat King
prime.
Cole,
Yeah.
them in their prime, and even like the early 60s too, like all of those. That music is everything to me. So
Yeah.
just to be able to see those intimate performances, because it wasn't like now that you go to
Yeah.
like a concert and everybody's recording. You were sitting there just like
Yeah.
listening to the music. So 50s, 60s.
I will add, had I not picked Roaring 20s, I would have picked 70s as well.
Oh,
Because
awesome.
I love the muscle cars of the 70s. And I love
Beautiful.
disco. It was the era of disco.
Oh my gosh, yes. The
I love
70s was
disco.
amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would
I would
definitely
have,
pick that
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, your turn.
My turn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is another short, lighthearted one.
Mm-hmm.
At any given moment, sweet or savory?
Savory, 110%. My mom asks me this question, and we already know this about each other. Savory. Savory. You?
The opposite, sweet.
I
You
know
know,
it.
I got the sweet tooth. I'm like your mom, remember?
Yes,
I need
bro.
that sugar.
My mom is always, I've even told her, I'm like, last meal, right? Last thing. If it could be savory or sweet, she's like, girl, sweet. If you could only have savory or sweet for the rest of your life, what would it be? Sweet.
Yep.
And I'm
Yep.
like, no, I need me food. I love it. Great question. Let's see. Which do I want to ask now? Okay, what is your favorite thing to do for fun?
Oh. I feel like I make everything fun because
I
it's
know.
the way I'll get through it.
I know. I get that. But
in the bathroom, I'll make it fun somehow. But
I know. But what's your favorite like fun or childhood activity? Like what's your favorite fun like I mean, I don't want to give my answer away yet, but like what's your favorite what brings you like just
joy,
fun and joy every time you do it?
playing in the ocean. Like being like somewhere warm on the sand and just like crashing into the waves, like because there's so much healing that happens in it for me too, but at the same time it literally like it gives me joy. But also kids, like playing with my niece and nephew, like
that's great.
Being a kid, basically.
Yeah.
Like if I get to be a kid, I'm having fun.
I love that. Yes. 100. I couldn't agree more. I love, yes, definitely. I feel like
fort building.
Thank you. Thank you. Anything that allows you to be childlike to me is fun.
Yes.
Right? Like
yes.
I went once before all of this. I went to the beach once with one of my best friends, and the waves were crazy. I think I told you about this, but they were like insane, like bathing suits flying off of you.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but we were like, let's keep playing. We're like fighting the waves, jumping, going under them, like being tossed over by them, like literally being pushed on the sand and then getting back up. It was wild.
It
is.
It's so much fun.
It was
it's because
like
it's something different each wave. Like you don't know what's going to happen with each wave.
Exactly. You're getting totally caught off guard.
Yeah.
And the second that you come up and you're like, okay, hold on, I need to breathe. Yeah. Like I'm exhausted right now. A huge wave comes and knocks you down.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
So fun. Yes. So I agree with you 100%. Anything that's like childlike, I find super fun.
Yes. Is that your answer then?
Yeah, beach,
Okay.
playing, being with kids, anything that's like, for me, the funnest thing is being in water. I love playing outside. I like being outdoors. But playing, running around, acting like, even like with Emmy living here, like we chase each other it's so much fun. Like every single day we chase each other like when we were kids. And it's just the best. To me, I'm just living my best life when I do that. Yes. Or like you chasing me with a vacuum, like
oh my god, scary. I forgot about that.
Emmy, he did it to me the other day. No, I did it to him. And he was like, ah! Like, I love those moments. Oh they're everything.
Yes. I saw on on Facebook, I was the same market on Facebook yesterday, a memory popped up of one of the Christmases we had at Max Fit.
Oh,
and remember the elf? Joey was freaking you out with the elf.
Bro, he took the elf everywhere. He even brought it to the housewarming party.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
It was so creepy.
That thing is creepy. Heck yes.
I felt like there was somebody watching me all the time.
Yes, yes. I do not trust those things.
Hell no.
Okay. My turn?
Yes.
All right. All-time favorite movie?
Oh, this is such a hard question. Oh my god.
You already know my answer.
I know yours. It's funny because every time it pops up in my life, I'm like, that's Ronnie's favorite movie, you know? And people are like, okay. It's like, I just need to let you know because I know. So funny. I'll never forget. I have okay. Oh my god, this is so hard. I've been asked this question so many times and I never know the answer. But I'm gonna try and come up with an answer really quick.
Okay.
Oh my god. I don't have one. No, okay, I'm just gonna say my favorite.
Should we make a decade? In the last 5 years for you. Okay. In the last 5 years, all-time favorite movie.
Honestly, so it's a recent movie. It's the first time I saw it. It was amazing. If you haven't seen it, you have to see it. But it is, man, what is it called? Jingle Jangle? Yeah, I think it's called Jingle Jangle. If I'm wrong, I'm so sorry.
What is that about?
It is a musical on Netflix.
Okay.
A holiday musical.
Of course it's a musical.
Oh, yeah.
Ashley loves a musical.
It's going to be a musical. My favorite movie, if it even exists, is
you should have just said it.
Yeah, it's funny because in my head, I was like, maybe Grease or maybe The Grinch. I'm like, all these really holiday musical, magical movies. But it is a musical and it is amazing. I love it.
Jingle Jangle.
Yes, it's beautiful. Like it's amazing. It's 2 hours long, and I wish it was longer. Like I loved it. And you tell the audience, tell the world.
I want to see if you get it right. What is my all-time favorite movie, Ashley?
The Sandlot.
Such a weird one, right? Like I don't understand, but it is. Like,
no, I get it. I get it.
It's like nostalgic, but it's also like. I don't know. There's memories associated with it for me. I think it was the first time I truly felt a crush on a guy. So I think it was like that.
And you said it was the first movie you saw, right?
In the theater, I think.
Yeah,
my uncle took me and my cousins to watch. Yeah,
that's
that I can remember. I don't know if I went to any movies before that, but yeah, that one stood out. Really stood out, and it's always good. It's cheesy, but it's cute, you know?
It's so cute. That's an iconic movie. That's a movie that never gets old. My brother saw that movie. I saw that movie. Emmy saw that movie. Jayla saw that movie.
That movie are like unforgettable.
Epic. The shirts of it, like nobody can remake. There are certain movies that they're timeless and they can never be remade, and they're never the same.
No, it was not. I remember watching it and I was like, no.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, your turn.
Oh, my turn. I asked. Okay, what is your favorite season and why?
Oh my god.
Do you have that?
I have a question that starts like that, and it's S. And I was like, is she asking the same question?
No.
Oh, man. Okay, in the past, my answer would be spring because my birthday's in spring.
Okay.
But I actually love all the seasons because they each represent something, and like it's just about enjoying all of them, I feel like.
Okay, so then
but
quick
spring would
question.
be
Wait.
Oh.
If you could have only one season forever, right? Like let's say there weren't any other seasons. What would be the season that you would be like, this is what I want forever?
It would be spring in Sacramento. So similar to San Diego weather.
Cool. This is beautiful.
So it's like it gets a little cold so you can wear hoodies, but then like the sun comes out and it's warm and you can lay out, you know.
Oh my gosh, I miss that. I miss it being cool at night.
Yeah.
That's really nice. Yeah. That's really cool.
Okay,
I would pick summer. I'm like, even though I do love spring because it's not so hot.
Yeah.
But I would probably pick like, I don't know. I guess summer here. Summer is really hot too here, but it's just like, to me, summer is like the beach, the smell of sunblock, barbecuing. Like that is a dream. I love summertime.
Nice.
Yes.
All right, my turn.
Your turn.
Okay, so now it's, what is your favorite sex position?
Oh, I like this question. That's tricky. There's many.
I feel like it also, not just that there's many, but it's like who it's with too. Like I feel like certain positions are more fun depending on like who it is.
Yeah. And a position could be really sucky with somebody that you're not good. Obviously, if it's not a match, not everybody's good at every position. That's okay.
Exactly.
I would have to say, I'm like picturing it in my head. like bubble number 1, bubble number 2, bubble number 3. I would have to say, okay, I don't know what they're really all called, but
you're like,
you know, when you're, exactly. Let me draw it out, maybe. Yeah. So this is me.
You're really good.
Just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so I guess, so you would call from behind doggy, right?
Reverse
like doggy style? Yes.
Wait.
No.
You can't do a reverse doggy style.
No, not reverse doggy style. That's not
Cowgirl, reverse cowgirl.
Yeah.
Is that so? That's where girl's on top, but she's facing feet, not facing.
Exactly.
Okay.
But I like it when they're close to you. You get what I'm saying? Like they're behind you, but they're like wrapping you from behind. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Can you see that?
I can see that.
Yeah. So because that's more passionate.
Down, they're sitting up.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I see you.
Yeah,
and
that's like. Ooh, okay.
I'm opposite. So I'm basically the same position, but I'm facing them.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So either they can be laying flat, and I'm on top because I can like see them, and I get to cheating because me, it's all about these.
Oh, I got. I got it. Yes.
And then, or like you, like with them sitting up, but me also facing them, because that's the intimacy part.
Yeah,
right?
I like that too. Yeah, for sure. I feel like that in any way, honestly, for me, like in any position, that level of like we're doing this.
Yes.
It's so powerful. I love it.
That's a different kind of exchange.
Definitely. 100%. It's energy. It really comes down to like, if you want to be there, if you're present and you're like really into this thing, it could be magic. Yeah.
God, it is pure magic.
Absolutely. Other universe type shit.
I hope mom doesn't watch this.
I mean, it happens, right? It's as crazy as it is, and I think that's why I love this game, because I do this, right? Like I play this so much with my mom. So it's
I need
cool
to start playing this game with my mom.
Yeah, it's really
so many times where she's gonna be like, "Oh my God, Ronnie."
Yeah, but that's important, right? Yeah. That's so. I feel like with building relationships, because we have to eventually, not that we let go of the fact that there are parents, because they're going to be always, but like to not see them as such and vice versa, right? Like, because then we can have really
Adult
a closer
conversations.
relationship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that.
And talk about things. Yeah. Because sometimes they want to be able to like express themselves and like, oh, I like
Exactly.
this, or like, nah, I don't
Exactly.
do that shit. You know, like I know my mom and it's funny and it's weird at first, but then you're just like, oh, she's a human, she's a woman, right?
Exactly.
A
Yes.
human
A
being
human
that like,
animal. Exactly.
yeah,
Yes.
that had to make me, honey. Like,
Exactly.
how'd she make me?
Yeah.
You know, so I love it personally.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Okay, my turn. What? How long have we been here? By the way, are we good?
30, 35 minutes.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Okay,
we're doing good.
so perfect. Um, I asked that. I asked that. I asked that. Okay, I have an interesting question too.
Okay.
It's not really that interesting, but what to me it is. What
Yeah.
is your favorite strand of weed?
Oh. Hmm.
From indica and sativa.
Can I choose hybrid?
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, but even in hybrid, do you like it more? Do you like it even Steven, like an exact in between, or more of sativa, more of indica?
Ooh. Yeah, I would probably say even Steven,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't like feeling that full on lethargy with the body high with the indica that I get, and then the like munchies
Agreed.
after. Because not
Agreed.
I don't always have good munchy food here. So it's like, well, if I'm gonna I so usually that'll be what I use the vape for before bed
Oh, got it. Got it.
because it'll help me fall asleep better.
Yes.
Um, but yeah, I would probably have to say even Steven so that I get a little bit of both. I can still be somewhat productive
Yeah.
and yeah. And I like the body high.
Yeah, for sure. It
Yeah.
depends, right? I feel
Yeah.
like both are really, they serve different purposes,
Yeah.
right? Like obviously if my goal is to sleep better, then that would be, you know, where I would go to, because I
Yeah.
want to have better sleep and maybe like less pain. But if my goal is to just be super focused and super productive, then that is not what I would choose, right?
Yeah.
So the body feeling is really cool, but that mind trip is really cool too. So
Yeah.
they serve its different purposes for sure.
Exactly.
Cool. Hybrid is cool. Because there are a lot of people that are like, no, for sure, I don't like sativa.
Yeah.
Forget that. And I think that shows a lot about like how you are as a person, because some people
Yeah.
don't like feeling that like, let's go, let's roll. You know, they
Yeah.
like feeling mellow and like, hey, what's up?
Which is why it's such an amazing plant, right? Like, look at the different things it allows you to do. Like, if you want to feel this way,
Incredible.
you can do it this way. If you want to do it this way, you could still be productive and functioning
Yeah,
member of society. But no, that's not my mood today. I want to just chill and sit on the sofa all day. Like
absolutely.
so.
Yeah.
It's an amazing. And
And even with
Ronnie, like
CBD,
20 years ago, would have never said that.
well, I mean, we evolve, right? Like, I
Yeah,
think that it's really cool, even if you don't use it for to get high, right? Like, you don't have to. There's so many other ways that you can
yeah,
incorporate it into your routine that I assist you with whatever it is that you want. Whether it's like
yeah,
people that have migraines, like it really just CBD in itself is really,
yeah.
really, really
Beneficial.
medicinal and
Yeah,
beneficial. Yeah. So it's
exactly.
cool to learn about it, even if you don't. You're like, nah, I can't get it. Like some people are like, no, I don't want that feeling, you know, or like I'm really sensitive to that and they don't have it, but they can have the CBD and experience the
Yeah,
benefits. So I think it's cool.
yeah. Okay, my turn.
Yep.
So we're gonna keep it to this kind of topic.
Okay. Cool.
Question is, what has been your most memorable trip?
That's a good question. Whoa. Okay. Let's see. There's been many. There have been many, but I would have to say, so memorable, you mean like impactful, or just like one that is so wild that you would never forget?
That.
Okay. Changing answer. For me, I mean, when I was younger, I had a lot of crazy experiences, but for me, that was the craziest. Like when you, for me, like seeing things is really trippy, or even hearing. Like there was a time where I was going into the shower and I heard my name being called out, like clearly, like
Yeah.
Ashley, where are you? Like Ashley, and I was like, fuck this, like no, you know, like it was really, really, it's trippy, you know, and like, why is this happening? You know, like because it was just weed, so I was
Okay.
like,
I was gonna. That
yeah,
was my
yeah,
next question. Like, what were you
yeah,
on?
yeah. No, this was weed. So I
Okay.
thought then, I was like, what if they put something in it? You know, like it's from the
Yeah.
street. It's not like, you know, I'm not going to a
Yes.
dispensary. So it was intense, but that to me I would never forget because it was so clear, like crystal clear. And that's happened to me just being sober, like hearing your name being called. But
Yeah.
this was like really, really
Level.
weird. Yeah, on another level for sure. What about you?
Another dimension, possibly.
For sure. For sure.
For me, it was that time that I had the chocolate when we lived in Belmont.
Oh my god, I should have known that. That was
Because I
crazy.
literally, I felt my soul leaving my body. Like I was like watching. I can't even describe it at this point. But at the same time, the joy that I felt after, like the
Yeah.
laughter and just like, oh my god, like I felt like I literally like the thought that went through my mind was like, oh my god, humans are so silly. Like
I
I
love that.
couldn't stop laughing, like because it was just like any little thought that came up that was like one of those thoughts that usually irritate us or like get us going, and it was just like I couldn't help but just laugh at that because it's like, oh my god, humans are so silly. They're laughing at this, or they're taking
That's
life so
amazing.
seriously.
Yes, I love that. It's true.
Yeah.
It's so true. That's so powerful. Yeah. I would never forget that either.
Oh yeah. Whew.
That was
That chocolate
crazy.
was strong, and we
No
only had to
kidding.
split a piece, didn't we?
Yes, I was just talking to my mom about that yesterday because we were watching I think it's Cooking While High or something like that. It's like a competitive cooking show.
Oh.
Yeah, and they have to cook with like cannabis, so they cook
Ah.
it kind of like with oils or butters, and then
Yeah.
they have judges to judge like obviously the taste of the food, but also like what it makes them feel.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that's something that I've always wondered because sometimes I'll have an edible and it's like I have to have three of them because they don't do
Mhm.
anything. But then
Yeah.
I've had some to where I'm having like almost nothing,
Yes.
and I'm like, what is happening? Yeah, you really have to be careful
Oh, for
and
sure.
know like how much to take.
You know what I don't understand when it comes to that? Gummies.
I
Like,
know.
how the hell do gummies make such an impact? And they're literally like, even just having half of one.
Half of one. Yeah.
And it's
Well,
like,
it depends, right? How they make it. That's why I was like, I wanted to see the show to see really like how much they put in their food. But it
mm,
really comes down to how much they put in it, I'm guessing. And like obviously if you order it and it has it in the like the amount written, then you kind of have a gauge of how much is in each piece.
yeah, yeah,
But when you make it, especially at home, like I've made cookies before when I was
yeah,
younger. I think I was like 19 or something when I made, or 20. I don't know. But I've made them before and you could have a couple of them
yeah,
and it didn't really do, you felt it, but it wasn't
yeah,
like you were like, whoa, what the heck? Versus a gummy that I literally had half of half of half
yeah,
and been like, I can't have
yeah,
a little bit more because I will freaking lose it.
yes,
So
yeah.
it really comes
Gummies
down to how
still
it's
blow
made.
my mind. I don't comprehend that at all.
Oh,
Still,
crazy.
but
Crazy. Is
yeah,
it my turn?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Let's see. What question am I missing? That we did. Okay. What is self-love to you?
Ooh, I think that should be our last question.
Okay.
This is
I
this.
love
I think
that.
this will be how we end it.
Perfect. Yes,
Um,
perfect.
Self-love to me is fully embracing who I am in the present moment.
I love that part.
Yeah. Like that of the journey thus far, that would be my conclusion at this point
I
is
love that.
it's yeah, embodying and loving exactly who I am from the inside out in this very moment.
I love that you said in this very moment. That's very powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. I love it.
And you?
I mean, I obviously I couldn't agree more. Um, I feel like we're never, I think sometimes, and I used to think this too in the past, like self-love was like this destination. It used
Mm-hmm.
to be like, I want to get to the point where I love myself, right?
Yeah.
Like fully. But the goal to me now, the way that I see it, is definitely what you described. Like to me, self-love is right now, considering everything that you've been through, everything that you are currently going through, everything
Yeah.
that you are, everything that you're not, like loving that every step of the way on a moment to moment basis
Yeah.
is self-love, and that includes like loving yourself through the moments where you don't, sometimes where you're
Yeah.
like uncomfortable or where you don't feel good in your skin or whatever the case may be, that you're loving yourself unconditionally
Mm-hmm.
every moment, because it's not loving yourself when you get to this certain place
Yeah.
or when you look a certain way or when you act a certain way or when you reach something specific. It's like right now, this is who you have and this is who you are.
Yes.
So
Yes.
expressing that love to yourself, I feel like, is what self-love is to me. It's like more so like showing myself that I'm here and that I love myself right now in this present moment.
Yes. Yes.
Love
Uh,
it.
yes.
Yeah,
And that's a
this is
great
so
place
fun.
to end. Yes, I love
Yeah.
this. We'll have to do this like every like maybe 5 episodes or something.
Definitely. It's so cool. I feel like
Yeah.
it hopefully will also inspire people to ask these questions
Yes.
to who
Yes.
they're around, right?
Yes.
Because you think you know somebody, but you really don't know.
Yeah.
Like I ask myself these questions. These questions I had to think about too, you know?
Yes.
And I'm very big on like sitting with myself and asking myself questions. So it's so important to ask the people that you care about and think you already know these questions, because
Yes.
maybe you'll learn something new about them.
Yes. And that's a great place to end. That's what we're going to leave you guys with. We love you. Are we doing the heart
Yeah.
thing again?
Oh my gosh, yes. Wait, wrong way. We'll get it one day.
Yes.